Happy 21st birthday, my son. Temba said to Sipho, all these presents are just for you. After ripping them open, Sipho said, but Dad, these boxes are empty. Temba smiled and said, I know, son. Use them to pack your things and get out of my house. Good evening, and welcome to Fame and Fortune on Talk with Rams Live. We haven't had Fame and Fortune for 2 weeks in a row now. I know it's such a strange thing for it to happen, but here's the fact about production. We are only at the mercy of our guests. And when they cancel us at the last minute, there's not much we can do. In fact, I'll tell you that, our guest tonight was so pleasant enough to tell me, I've got such unreliable electricity. I confirm, but don't be sure that you'll see me when we do the show. I'm glad he's here. I'm still crossing my fingers. It is a privilege, guys, to be your host. And thank you for being part of this digital platform, the home of the most powerful digital content this time of day. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. And tonight won't be any different. Remember to like our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe on YouTube. Lehlohonolo Saint Seseli has had a decorated career as a television and film actor, and has also appeared on numerous television commercials. The roll call of his appearances is just too long, but I'm going to mention a few. Keeping Score, Generations, Moving On Again, Home Affairs, Zero Tolerance, Soul City, Backstage, Ekasi, Our Stories, Jacob's Cross. Let me try. Task Force, So Cool and Partners, Rurio Fute, Ismaya, High Rollers, Entabeni, blah, 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 and many more blahs about this man. And most recently on screen, we've just seen him on How to Ruin Christmas, The Wedding. He was a very funny politician, then a father-in-law of an even funnier character. He's also hosted some episodes of the TV docu-reality series Forgive and Forget. Born in Johannesburg, raised in Soweto, he's also worked for many years as a marketer. In fact, that's when I met him as a marketer at EMI many, many years ago. He's also been a salesman and various other positions. But unknown to many people, he's a serial entrepreneur. He started his own restaurant, a landscaping business, a marketing and design outfit, and also conceptualized and implemented a first-of-its-kind world-class motorcycle expo in a township, the Soweto Bike Show 2008, in conjunction with the magazine. I did not know this part about you, Lehlohonolo. He's a self-taught bass guitarist and drummer. Deep boy gifted, and he speaks 7 of the official languages and a bit of rubbish.
Hello, no, nice, man. Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you for having me. As you were reading all this, and I thought this is all in one lifetime, and I'm still around. I think it's so fair, like you say.
What's repeating that? We've had a life. I always say, I put it this way: if I drop dead tonight, I can't complain. Man.
Yeah. Although, I mean, hey, listen, if we're about 100, now there's the clincher.
So tell me, I can bet a lot of people watched How to Ruin Christmas, and some of them would have thought, hey, but this guy, and then let's say somebody bumped into you tomorrow, and then say to you, man, somewhere, man. How do you introduce yourself to a stranger?
No, that thing. For many years, I was always almost not shy, but I mean, it's almost like you're putting me in a corner, so I have to explain to you, or listen, maybe one day fire or whatever, just to downplay, But in the end, it's like, listen, like they say, you must own whatever it is that you do.
Yeah.
Somebody says, hey, no, you must have seen some of my work on TV, on film, because I'm an actor. That's it. And then it
Then it clicks. Then it clicks. Oh yeah, this is the guy. So there, whatever. I mean, on Generations, you had a character that was not forgettable at all. It was brief, but it stayed with us for a long time. So we do remember you. But as I say, how come
Yeah, A lot of people are recognizable Kalibito and everything, but yes, unfortunately or fortunately, I do have one of those faces or everybody. Yeah. It's quite well.
So do you make enough of a living out of what you do?
I think yes and no, depending on what are you looking at? What are you referring to? If I was to say financially, is it enough for everything that I want to do with money? No, it's not. But
yes,
in terms of me being able to look after myself and get basics paid for, I must never say no. I'm happy for what I'm blessed with. But yeah, I mean, it's really not, what people think it would be,
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Do you get to save any of your money? What I know about you guys is that the world portrays you wrongly. The world portrays you in a pedestal, but those that portray you in that pedestal pay you nothing. Do you get to save anything of what you make?
You know what? I guess the freelance nature of the business kind of prepares you for you know that you're not going to be getting income steady for a long time. So the word freelance to me right now is a hell of a swear word, and I'd like to get rid of it because it does mean, okay, number one, it teaches you, or when you get some money, you need to think longer term. So you can't go and shop and do crazy things. It might be the only money you get for the next 4 months, 5 months. So you need to make sure that you stretch it much, much longer than what, if you were getting a salary every month, no cuts about in 4 weeks' time, I'm getting money again. It's a bit tricky. Yeah.
The last time we had Coffee Nalwena, you also were involved in a production business. Are you still in that kind of business?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
At the moment, and as you know, like a lot of the time, you spend your time preparing, writing, honing, cleaning up, pitching. Gosh. And then COVID. Yeah.
And then like, COVID.
Then COVID, then it's like everything that you thought you had planned for that year is off. And then you have to now try and fit yourself into a new cycle that you don't know already. So it's always a tough time. It's always a tough time.
And that kind of work, the production work that you do, which people don't appreciate, is actually your investment. You are investing in something that's going to bear fruit. And then when something like COVID happens, it's almost as if in a stroke, your investment goes into a well, an empty well.
That's it. It's gone. And as you know, I mean, we sell ideas. So I think the worst is how many years, when you see a production, they say Shamo TV, they'll be like, for 5 years, somebody's been writing and editing and changing and chopping. They are so tired of it by the time it features on your screen, It's just amazing how much investment, like you say, goes into back to your earlier question, that it pays me in other ways than financial, and I wish that it wasn't the case. I wish there was an extra zero, one extra zero. That's all I ask. Come on,
just one more, man. Just one more. On that note, on that note. And I know the answer, but I have to ask this answer. In your view, fame and fortune, are these concepts related? Do they follow one another?
Maybe in Hollywood, because when they release a movie, it goes worldwide. Yes, fame is definitely to do with fortune. But more, I think we've been in isolation for a long time. I think that, the industry is also one of those weird ones where, well, I guess that's the way the world is going, that everybody wants more for less money. So there's never budget anymore, you know. So fame and fortune in Hollywood, yes, but definitely more moral thing. I'm not so sure that the fortune matches the you know, I don't even know if you know this thing called fame. Is it supposed to pay? No, it's long. We don't do it for fame. We want a bit of fortune, and we want a bit of nice feeling when you come from work doing what you love. You know what I mean? It would be nice to be paid fairly, and that's always open to discussion, because when I'm producing, I guess I'll be a producer, and I'd want to pay you less too. You know, the capitalist migraine.
Yeah. That's how it works. Eh? That's how it works. So until you become producer, you will always be on the receiving end of smaller money. But I mean, that all producers make lots of money, to be honest. I mean, there are those that are really on a shoestring budget.
True.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm one of those.
So since you broke into showbiz, and that's whatever, 2.5 decades ago or so, have you ever been broke?
Yes, many times. Many times. I've been broke. I felt stupid, you know, and especially having had to do the leap of faith to say, is my art and my drama going to wait until I get a corporate, you know, I reach a level of success corporate-wise that then gives me enough money? No, it won't wait. So I had to do a leap of faith. And that leap of faith has always haunted me somewhere, Pella. When you're being paid, it's okay. But when you don't have money, say, how stupid can you be? Why did you do this? I've got children. Is it fair for them? Why did you do this? Because broke is broke, and really broke. You know, not mazala. Like, oh my goodness.
Serious broke.
Yeah. Yeah. I know that place. I know it well.
I just want you to share with me one such example of being that broke and swinging back. What was the one act that you took to swing yourself back in one of those occasions?
You know, I think for me, at first you obviously cannot punish yourself and say, hey man, is there something that I'm not doing right? Because I'm going to all these auditions. Maybe, you know, what is the problem? Is the problem me? Am I perhaps not auditioning correctly? So you go through a lot, and you know, it does help to you know, or you grow into, an audition is not just a thing you do by the by. That is your interview.
Yeah.
So the level of auditioning had to change. It had to evolve. It had to become better. Because then I realized, but that is the gateway to the work. So if Ilora, you're not taking your auditions as seriously as you should, you're not giving yourself the best chance at success. If your auditioning asks you to look a particular way, think in a particular way, you need to come there and wow them and say, well, I've got 5 options that I'm going to give you. And then people are like, 5 options? What do you mean? It's like, no, I want you to see him angry. I want you to see him hurt. I want you to see him sad. I want you to see him extremely happy. And I want you to see him pensive and whatever. Or you know, I want to give you options so you know that I have the range. So one, it helps. Yeah. One, it helped me to kind of understand and be better at my game. But then 2, it was all in my mind when I had to say to myself, I don't think Mudimu Lebadimu was stupid. Why am I sitting here without acting work? Until Ketola, in my mind, it is not, when you don't have acting work, it is time for you to sit and write. Okay? So you can't sit here and wallow in self-pity and say, oh, I don't have acting work. But you have a computer, you have your things. Let's sit down and write. As long as now peanut butter abroad, mahele aromed, orose kholo, coffee, well, now healthy cigarette, you know what I mean? You just have to take it 1 hour at a time and then just live through it. I don't think that, yes, there might there might be times when I said to myself, yeah, I have to get myself out of this, and I will take any job and every job because so I will drive and I will be in a production and I'll be the driver to go and drop off all the other actors. And then you're looking at me thinking, how? You're the driver? And I'm like, hey, guys, what favor? I need money, you know?
Wow, man.
I don't choose work. I take it. Yeah.
You know, on that note, Ayanda, who's watching us now, says, I love the openness and the honesty. Such an eye-opener. And that's the point of this show. You know, we really want to make it real because, again, when I see you on a poster or when we see you on our screens, people tend to forget that you are also human like all of us. You are also working like all of us. You know, and things. So Andre, so in spite of everything that you've just said, in spite of how you also learn to take care of your money because you don't know when the rainy days want to come, I say all of us, though, have this one stupid thing that we always will spend money on because it's just our thing. You know, it's called an extravagance. What is yours?
I used to suffer from this thing called, I used to call it benzelitis or Mercedes-litis. So every time I go somewhere, I meet an old Mercedes, rescue, and I must buy it. So at some stage, I used to have, I think, 3 or 4 of them. People were like, what is with the white Mercedes? I'm like, I don't know, guys. You know, this is what it is. I love the old smelly thing, the old leather. I love, you know, there's just something about it. But it's cured. It's cured. Yeah.
Have you been cured? My fear is that...
Listen, it's cured. For some money.
I was about to say, until that extra zero comes in, now you're going to find even a finer Mercedes to buy.
Then we're going shopping. Yeah, I'm not fair.
So when you look back at the kind of work that you've put in, I mean, you have rubbed shoulders with some of the amazing actors here and everywhere. You have done amazing stuff. You've been on scripts that are priceless, you know. And by the way, I'm going to ask you another question later, but let me finish this question. When you look at that roll call of the work that you've done, do you look at yourself in the mirror from time to time and say, I've made it?
No, unfortunately, and I think this is an affliction near most actors. Most of the people in the arts, I think, you know, Badu says it already, hey, be careful, and because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my, you know, it is that thing. I'm also too sensitive. I can't even watch myself on screen. I'm just like, oh, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? Or whatever, you know? You made the wrong choice here. Why did you not do this? Or, you know? So it's not really about ever saying I've made it. I don't think I'm anywhere near where I think I could possibly. I'm waiting for the right script, I think, you know? I'm nowhere near my potential. Yeah. No, not at all. I haven't made it. Nope. Still busy.
I have always wanted to ask you this question, and I don't know why I keep on forgetting. I'm glad today I got a chance to ask you publicly. Have you ever considered stand-up? Because you are a funny human being. Have you ever considered stand-up comedy?
You know, I have. And thank you for the compliment. I guess, you know, my thing is where I thought the word stand-up comedy had messed with my head because I always thought that the guys just stand up and off the cuff, they've got stuff to say until, you know, you meet some of these guys, are you crazy? You're an actor. You know that you have to prepare. You have these things that are in your head, you store them and you bring them and clap. So I have considered it. But I think I'm more. I want to be more as a writer of comedy than a performer thereof, if you know what I mean. It's in the scripts that, you know, I like my English humor. I like bo alo alo. I like bo or 40 Towers, that kind of tongue-in-cheek stuff. I mean, if I could write like those guys write, then I'll say, yeah, you see, my comedy is working. Because for me, it's just those little punchlines, how somebody comes with, whatever, the timing, the comedic, everything at day. So for me, I don't know. There's just something that said, am I really a clown? Yes, when we're having a beer with friends, I know that I clown around and you know this. But perhaps because we are talking about how to add an extra zero, perhaps I will. 2021, who knows?
Who knows? But when you do that script, an allo type of script, I'm just, so sabra, and you don't have to pay me now. I want to be the barman in that setup. Now, I just want to be this barman who come and drink, and I'll have the one-liners from time to time.
What's about Manuel? But I'm senior 40. He tried to kiss me. Manuel, this is smack on head. That kind of stuff, yeah.
Of course, Rene himself on Allo. I wouldn't mind to be Rene.
Listen, I think you can pull off that one. But no, man. I think when it is I. Be careful, listen carefully, because I will only say this once. It is I. Get meaning.
So, two last questions. A lot of your peers for many years, including today, and it is going to happen for the next 20, 30, 40 years, sadly, they're going to die, and we're going to hear stories about how they died without a penny. And not only because they were freelancing and they couldn't get gigs, but some of them because they didn't spend their money very well. How would you advise those that really have made a bit of a penny? How would you advise them about taking care of their fortune while they have the fame?
Well, I guess it's not even about, and it's not only related or only limited to my industry in the arts, and I think it's a life lesson for a lot of us, where perhaps when you're doing well, the mind thinks that you will always be doing that well. You know what I mean? You expect, I know it's a contract and it's 12 months, but then you're spending as if you're in a 24 months contract, because you somehow know that you'll do well and they'll give you a new contract. And life doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
I think now for another biggest thing is, because you need to identify which one is seed and which one is a little bit of harvest,
Yeah.
Only what your personal financial goals are. But I think now for me, the biggest thing is, man, spend as little as you can of that money that you get in. Can't come on net because you don't know. And I think now for me, it's like, can we run away from cars, man? I love cars too, but can we just leave cars alone? You know what I mean? And you and I, we laughed the last time, or look at these old cars. It says, all right?
Exactly.
I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Why? I'm switching the asset. Well, I don't have the money to go and buy. Luckily, the banks are not wanting to give me money to buy any car. So I'm excellent. I'm ke tla tshwanela ke batle ka plan ke be ke kopanyetse la nka ntsha ka lay by 30,000 or 40,000. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up until the money is right, and I don't know. Now I don't know. When the money is right is if I don't have to go and finance a car. I don't want to finance a car. No thanks. I can finance a property. Mara ke koloi bantate ya kan. Ke a batla Porsche mara ke batla se di zero le mnate ke Jensen ka ntsi pia ka sharp bottle.
Exactly. Yeah, or you sugar mommy, it's okay.
No. I unela mpitse or go ga. Hayi. Lo ba tsa pa Porsche ba re hayi. Like pride,
yeah, turn the ice boy. So one last question.
Yeah.
Again, I look at the kind of stuff that you've done, the kind of work that you've done, the productions that you've been into. when you think about every check that was paid to you, doesn't matter how you spend it on the Mercedes-Benz or on Aromet or Oros, it doesn't matter. When you look at the collective of those checks, would you say that you have made your first $1 million US?
US dollars, maybe Zim dollars. Hi, not US. Look, I don't know. I look over almost 3 decades. Yes, I think maybe at some point one would have gotten there. You know.
Yeah.
But because you never saw it, I was thinking earlier of this thing. Yeah, kind of what was that movie where this guy is like, the gangster. Yeah, my money is sitting here and I can't get my money to Cuba. And the rats is eating my money. That's up like this cafe. He's shooting these rats in there.
Yeah, I know. I think. Yeah.
So one of those. I never actually wanted or ever became driven by, I want this money, it's in Kamuhara, $1 billion, you know. I've never been driven by it. I certainly like what money can do, but it's not the collection of so much money that Kiskatsibar kids and Kayona, while there's so much other poverty in the world. I'm unfortunately one of those people. I give and I give. I can't lie. Motari in market run still get that. All right, 150 and it's a good thing, but I need to learn. I need to learn to say, I have to learn, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so. You must learn to say no politely. But I'll tell you this much. I have a feeling that big script is coming soon.
Yeah.
You have put in your pound of flesh, my brother. That script is coming soon.
Hey, version number 10,042. I'm like, yo.
That's coming.
Yeah. No, thank you for that, man.
The other one is in the mail. It could be something from Hollywood in the mail with your name on it. And, you know, once you get that one, it gives you freedom to finish your own one.
You see, this is the wonderful thing that I think also when, you know, like you were saying, having worked in the industry, in music and in movies, in the marketing and selling of films, it's very sad for me when I see things that are familiar to me, like your cause, your music cars, your whatevers, your record companies. Things are changing, right? But at the same time, as much as I could be sentimental about the kind of marketing and sales we used to do, we need to and we have to move with the times. And here we are now. You know, you go on a Netflix film like How to Ruin Christmas, and that thing is available all over the world. I'm waiting for, like you say, where's that new deal? Where's that Hollywood deal that says, hey, we like that brother. But, you know, hey, call him for this and call him for that. And suddenly maybe one earns in US dollars, and then suddenly, wow, the children can get what they want from dad without him saying, I'll see what I can do. Stingy man.
It's coming soon, my brother. It's coming soon. Lehlohonolo, saying Seseli. Wonderful catching up with you, my brother. It's been fun and good to see you, man.
Likewise. Let's do some tea.
We're doing tea soon. And right here in Johannesburg, we're not going anywhere. We don't need any protection from anyone.
No helicopters.
So tomorrow, folks, is Opportunity Tuesday, and it's a full show. We haven't done that in a long time. So we've got an opportunity for you. It's a scholarship for women-owned businesses. So if you're a woman, you own business, or you know somebody who's a woman who owns business, there is an opportunity for a scholarship. We then have a nice profile of a gentleman who started an app for stockpiles. He says he got tired of without tracking the money. So this app can track the money real time. And we're going to talk about that app. And then, of course, we finish as usual with Dr. Thando Sibanda. So tomorrow we start at 7 p.m., not 7:30. And we have all these 3 features. Do not miss it. From me, Rams Mabote, good night and God bless.